How do I remove malware? Hi everyone, I'm Leo Notenboom for askleo.com, where honestly we've been dealing with malware since before AskLeo began in 2003. It's a problem, and if you find your system has malware on it, it's important to understand exactly the steps you need to take to get rid of it. And the steps sometimes aren't pretty. Now, I do have to start with what I'll call a word about prevention. Regardless of the steps that I talk about after this, prevention is so much easier than the cure. Seriously, just setting up backups, making sure you've got anti-malware software installed, doing all the things you're supposed to do to stay safe on the internet. As difficult, as complicated as that may sometimes seem, it is way easier. It is way less difficult. It is way less painful. It is way less complicated than many of the steps that you'll need to take to actually remove malware if it makes its way onto your machine. So please remember, prevention is way better than the cure. Now, with that admonition out of the way, I have a second admonition. The easiest way to get rid of malware is to restore your computer to an image backup that you took prior to the malware arriving. I kid you not, it is by far the simplest approach. It is guaranteed to work because the malware wasn't there when you took the backup. It's easy. It's a step that you need to know anyway for any number of different reasons, like hardware failure would have you going to those backups as well. It's something that you should have in place for oh so many reasons. And yet, so many people still do not. A backup is honestly the easiest way to recover from a malware infestation, a hardware failure, ransomware, deleting files accidentally, doing something silly. I mean, a backup is the closest thing we have to a silver bullet when it comes to protecting your computer and your data from just about anything. So, the easiest way to remove malware from your system is to restore your system to a backup that was taken immediately prior to that malware having arrived. Let's assume for a moment you're one of those people that didn't have a backup, or for whatever reason, the backup isn't available or can't be used. First, perform a full scan with your anti-malware tool. Many of the anti-malware tools that we run by default do what's called a quick or a prioritized scan of the areas that malware is most likely to reside, but not necessarily actually scan your entire system. So take the time to run your anti-malware tool and perform a full scan of your entire system. Ideally, that's your entire C drive, perhaps all the other hard disks that are installed on your machine. You may find that could, in fact, detect and remove additional locations where malware has been placed that you didn't realize on the original scans. Try a second tool. We all have recommendations for what we consider to be the best or the most pragmatic anti-malware tool or security software to have installed on your machine. My recommendation continues to be Windows Defender, now called Microsoft Security, I think it is. Basically, it's the software that's installed with Windows 10 already. That's plenty for most folks. But no anti-malware tool, no security suite can protect you from absolutely every piece of malware that's out there. They just can't. There's a lot of different reasons for it, but for every anti-malware tool you can point at, there is malware that it will not detect and it will allow onto your machine. That means the next level of test to try and clean things off of your machine is to get another tool. Pick another reputable tool. Don't install it to be run all the time. That causes an additional or a separate set of issues. But do run it as something that you can perform a manual scan with. The free version of Malwarebytes is typically what I end up posting people at. And yes, there is still a free version, although it is somewhat confusing. You can use that to manually scan your machine. And once again, do a full scan, not a quick scan. Do a full scan of the hard disk or all the hard disks on your system using this additional tool. You may find that this other tool will find something that your primary tool did not. It's not a reflection. It's not a poor reflection on your original tool. It's a reflection of the way that malware works. It's the state of the world. Like I said, not every scanner will detect every bit of malware. Run a second one. If somehow along the way, either your scanners or your own experience leads you to be able to identify the specific bit of malware you have on your machine with a name or a specific error message or a specific turn of phrase, research that information. Google it. Search for a specific solution to remove that specific piece of malware. Typically, these involve manual steps. Things like, okay, delete this file, now delete this file, now go change that registry entry. Those kinds of steps are typically what's required. Now, the caveat here is that a lot of security software vendors will provide information on their websites about removing specific known malware variants. Very often, their answer is to remove this malware, run our tool. In other words, they won't necessarily present you with those manual steps that I was just describing. They'll just say, run our tool. Avoid those. I hate to say it, but a lot of them are nothing more than marketing scams. They're getting you to try to download and install and ultimately pay for their tool. There's actually no guarantee that, in fact, the malware they promise to remove is something they know how to remove, unless they also provide you with manual steps. In other words, if they say, here's our tool, if you don't want our tool, here are the steps you can take manually. That's great. Take the manual steps if you feel so inclined. The tool itself is perhaps a little bit more trustworthy. As always, be careful. Use, download tools from reputable vendors. But this concept of going out and searching for a specific solution to the specific variant of malware that you've identified on your machine is the next step. And honestly, it's your last resort. Aside from taking your machine to a technician, the next step is what I call surrender. You don't have a backup. Your anti-malware tools have been unable to remove the malware. You've not been able to find, or you don't have enough information to find, a solution specific to the malware that's present on your machine. There's really not much left. The solution that comes up next is to then reformat and reinstall Windows and all your applications and restore your data from scratch. It's that first step, that reformat, that guarantees the malware will be gone. Reformatting means erasing your hard disk, removing everything on it. You're removing Windows, you're removing your programs, you're removing your data, but you're also removing the malware because it's the only way you know at this point to be able to remove the malware. And yep, that's a painful solution. That's why I do all of these other steps first. But ultimately, reinstalling Windows from scratch on a erased hard drive is the only way to truly guarantee that malware will be removed. Aside from restoring a backup that you took prior to the malware's arrival, of course. But we've already said you don't have one of those, and that's what's brought you to this point. Now, to be clear, reformat and reinstalled aren't necessarily always two separate steps. They used to be. You used to have to separately reformat your hard disk and then you would reinstall Windows. There are paths in the Windows install program that will actually do the reformatting as part of the installation. So make sure you choose paths that don't try and preserve any of your data, that do try and erase the entire hard disk or set a new partition or repartition your hard drive as part of the installation process. That's what will guarantee that everything gets erased. If you're at this point, right, if you're looking at these kinds of solutions, it's gotten pretty bad, right? And it can be really, really frustrating. I so get that. I really do. It's not your fault. Honestly, it's not your fault. It's the malware author's fault. They're the ones that are out there trying to wreak this havoc, trying to perform this destructive action, trying to hold your whatevers for ransom. I mean, it's their fault. But the pragmatic reality of the situation is simply this. It's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. And that means it's your responsibility to protect yourself as best you can. It's your responsibility to back up. It's your responsibility to stay safe. And it's your responsibility to then take these steps if you haven't done the preceding ones in order to recover from whatever has happened to your system. It sucks. I get it. It really does. And hopefully, if you ever find yourself in a situation where you really can't remove malware and you do find yourself reinstalling Windows from scratch or losing data because of malware, hopefully you'll learn from the experience and you'll put those other safety nets in place. If there's only one you can put in place, the one that I would choose would be to set up automated and regular backup regimen. It protects you from so many different things, including malware on your machine. I hope this was helpful. I hope this gives you some ideas to move forward if you do find yourself with malware on your machine. For links related to the article on which this video was based, for any updates, for additional commentary, visit askleo.com/3811. I'm Leo Notenboom. This is askleo.com. Thanks for watching.